Hello, I'm Theodore Parker, and this is the Sideshow. Today is Thursday, August the 11th, 2022. I'm still reminding you about the mask and if it's available in your area, the monkeypox vaccination. Almost to the middle of August, weather seems to be holding good, but we're still having rainy weather and flooding in this area. Right now, the temperature is about 70, going up to 83. And another added factor is at 43, the air quality is good. So all my allergy sufferers out there, if you're going to have a pill or a nasal spray, you might have a good day after all. Which reminds me, I was observing the president on the TV giving a media update, suffering from a persistent cough, then turned right back around, observe him again, no cough at all. So I guess those medicines the doctors are administering are working. But it is bad to have to cough almost every sentence. It's very uncomfortable, I'm sure. So, wish a speedy recovery to President Joe Biden. Speaking of the efforts put forth by the president, gas prices dropped under $4 nationwide for the first time in months. Will they continue to fall? Months after gas prices reached all-time highs, drivers are feeling relief at the pump, with the national average under $4 a gallon for the first time in 5 months. The average cost of a gallon of regular gas in the U.S. is $3.99, according to AAA. While still more than what prices were at least a year ago on the same time, $3.18, it's a major drop from when prices peaked at $5.01 in mid-June. So I guess you can go a little further on your dollar now. Moving to North Korea, Kim Jong-un was seriously ill in North Korea during a COVID surge. So his sister revealed the North Korean leader suffered from a high fever during a recent COVID outbreak as she vowed to eradicate South Korean authorities if they continued to tolerate propaganda leaflets the regime blames for spreading the virus. So apparently there's some propaganda on leaflets going around which they suspect to be a means for spreading COVID-19. Going back to that awful day for Robb Elementary in Uvalde shooting, Beto O'Rourke snaps at heckler over Uvalde shooting. It may be funny to you, but not to me, with an expletive included there. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Beto O'Rourke on Wednesday snapped at the heckler who laughed as he discussed a recent mass shooting, 19 children and 2 adults. Trump in the news for several different things. This time, FBI visits Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. Headlines for this article: as Trump world responds, a mole, pretextual, planted evidence. Trump world rift with theories about FBI search. So it seems that the FBI had a warrant which did not involve them supplying the affidavit for it, where they could go into Trump's home and search everything, including his safe, which he says they broke into. He had 2 lawyers present, but they were not allowed to assist in the search. And The date is kind of prophetic because it's the same date that Richard Nixon resigned on in 1974. So there is some material to add some spice to it, besides the way the Trump world continues to avoid reality in their comments about what's going on. They even advised him to hurry up and put in his bid to run for president in 2024, thinking that would be some means of protection. But when he appeared before the Attorney General in New York, pleading the fifth, he himself said earlier, if you plead the fifth, why plead the fifth if you are not guilty? And to quote the fifth, I don't want to answer on the grounds that it might incriminate me, which means there's some illegal activity that you are involved in, and legally you do not have to incriminate yourself or testify against yourself. Fifth Amendment. And since we always have these things that are a little bit different, they say, what? This is one of those articles that made the news. Vabbing trend could be dangerous, doctors warn. So this is something that was started by a TikToker that went viral, 1.5 million views, I guess, that says single women use their vaginal discharge as perfume. The world in which we live. So, kind of self-explanatory, but the medical warning is that unless you have good hygiene, this could lead to infections in the vaginal area that would have to be treated and could be very uncomfortable. So I'll leave that one where it is. Vabbing as a means for perfume. I could do more, I could do less, but I think that's a good spectrum across the board of what's going on. Oh, I know it was something. Excuse me. In South America, there have been a group of people who are going to court about climate change. I think it's about anywhere from 5 to 8 women or men and women. But the article stuck because as I got more into it, not only are they dealing with their home country, it's expanded to about 10 or 12 other countries, like Norway, Switzerland, to the point where there's a panel of 17 judges that are going to rule on this climate change case. Countries that I didn't even think of, Luxembourg, Lithuania, Latvia, Croatia, all these little countries that you hardly ever hear about are involved in this environmental lawsuit. So it kind of surprised me the depth to which it has reached and the fact that they need 17 judges involved to cover all the evidence that's being presented. So environmental change has been serious all along, but it's even more serious now with torrential rains, mudslides, wildfires, extreme heat indexes. So we can keep an eye on that one and see how that develops. Again, August 11th, Thursday, 2022. That's it. Hashtag.